And finally, the last little bit of step 11, our bonus video for our bonus problem on the quiz. Again, this is not a problem that's going to be impossible to do. It's just a little bit more involved and has a little bit more algebra, which is why I'm not requiring it, but rather making it something that's going to help you, especially if you want to beef up your algebra skills. One thing to remember when you're trying to find missing sides of triangles is that at this point, we can only do this with right triangles. So looking at this picture, they're asking us to find the height of the building, which we'll call X. How tall is the building? We have two right triangles. We have this small right triangle here with a 64-degree angle. Then we also have this other right triangle right here. See how they kind of overlap one another? With a 48-degree angle. So first we need to think about triangle 1, then we're going to think about triangle 2, set up everything we can, and from there, hopefully we'll be able to come up with a good solution. So looking at triangle 1, we know that this is the hypotenuse, this is the opposite, and this entire side right here is the adjacent. And we don't know how long that side is. We know part of it is 22. So if we start off and say that the, tangent of 48 degrees is the opposite over the adjacent. We know the adjacent is 22, but we don't know this piece right here. This part right in here that runs from here to here, we could call that y. So let's call that y. All right, in two variables we can't solve, so we give up. And we go over to the other triangle. In the other triangle, we know that this is the opposite, this is the hypotenuse, and this is the adjacent. So again, we can set it up. The tangent of 64 degrees is the opposite over the adjacent. Again, two variables we can't solve. So we kind of want to give up, right? But we don't, because we have two equations with two variables, which means we literally have a system of equations. Think back to step 7 from Algebra 2. If you have two variables, but you have two equations, you can use substitution, elimination, graphing, all kinds of different methods to get the answer. So, for instance, right here, if I multiply both sides of this equation by y, I now have y tangent of 64 equals x. From here, I know what x equals. X equals this, and I can substitute that into my other equation over here. So now I'm going back to my blue equation. The tangent of 48 equals y tangent of 64 over 22 plus y. Now we have one equation with one variable, and we can solve this. It's pretty nasty, but it's just algebra. So the first thing I'm going to do is multiply both sides by 22 plus y to eliminate this fraction that I have here. So now I have 22 plus y times the tangent of 48 equals y times the tangent of 64. So I'm going to make this look a little simpler. If we had something like this, 22 plus y times 5 equals y times 7, that wouldn't be that bad. These are just numbers. They look complicated, but they're just numbers. You can punch them on your calculator and get an actual number. We want to keep things precise. So think about what you would do here. For this problem, you would probably distribute that number outside the parentheses to eliminate the parentheses. So we're going to do the same thing in this problem. We're going to distribute here, which gives us 22 tangent 48, which is just a number, plus y tangent 48 equals y tangent 64. Now we need to gather our variables on one side. I'm going to take this term and move it to the right side by subtracting it. Subtracting y tangent 48. So now I have 22 tangent 48 equals this expression. I'm going to factor out the y because again we're trying to get y by itself. It's very hard to get y by itself when he's in two different places. So we factor it out. And you'll notice we are so close to getting y by itself on this side of the equation here. The only thing left is to get rid of times tangent of 64 minus tangent of 48, which we accomplish with division. This expression is typed into our calculator and we solve. So I have my calculator pulled up and I'm going to type. First I'm going to type 22 tangent of 48 on the top, and on the bottom I'm going to type tangent of 64 minus the tangent of 48, which gives me 23. Just peeking, I am actually in the wrong mode, so I'm going to change it to degree. Good thing we checked. I'm going to go back up here, type it again, and I get 26. So y equals 26. Going back to our problem here, y equals 26. Now we can come back to our original problem and finish figuring out x. Tangent of 64 equals x over 26. Multiplying both sides by 26, we will now know how big x is. 26 tangent of 64. Which is 53.3. The height of the building is approximately 53.3 feet.